Kagurabachi chapter 118, the Orishima talks, but there's not really much talking going on, to be honest. We have the two new Sogas, Mashiro and Shiba, to form an elite squad of the strongest in order to defend the people sent to negotiate with the islanders who we now know are for sure the Mikaboshi. We have who I'm going to continue calling Eren Yeager, just because he looks like him. But we have Eren Yeager sat on a couch here, trying to negotiate, but Shiba immediately is like, nah. We know you're not trying to negotiate shit, bro. You just want to beat us up, right? And then before this, Mashiro looks at the warriors, the 4 guards around the old man, and goes, I should be able to handle these guys alongside Shiba, but the real problem is this guy, you know, Eren Yeager. He looks like he could be worse than all 4 of the other guards at once. So obviously it would probably take most of these guys fighting him, you know, 4-on-1, 3-on-1, whatever, to actually beat him. He seems pretty dangerous. But then Mashiro's assessment isn't exactly perfect, which we'll get into. But yeah, since Shiba knows the Mikaboshi history, the Eren Yeager-looking guy cuts to the chase, literally, and he says, well, you understand our motive then. You know, you drove us out. We were hiding under in the darkness, probably in the ocean, for over 1,000 years. We're now back, and what we want is payment, because, you know, they obviously held a grudge, as you do in a shonen manga. You hold a grudge, you get revenge, whatever. They demand that the Datanseki is handed over to them, and that they take Shiba, Kanagawa, and what else was it, Tokyo, as their price for what happened in the past, which, to be fair, is bad, but it's like, it's not ridiculously demanding. I feel like people have asked for worse, you know? But yeah, so that's basically the gist of it. Eren takes his hand out of his pocket and he has a little blade, but immediately Hiroto just slices his fingers off and the blade drops, which is so cool because you don't even see it happening. And even Mashiro looks surprised because Mashiro, as you can tell from the way he talks in this chapter, isn't actually familiar with anybody here except, I think, Shiba. There's a translation where he just calls Shiba that guy. I don't know if that is just a translation problem or if I don't know. But the point is, Mashiro isn't familiar with the group he's in, right? It's kind of been thrown together. Yeah, he's seeing like Hiroto do this insane finger slicing thing, and he's like, whoa, okay. Damn. Yeah, we then get the Eren guy. He's so nonchalant. He doesn't react to anything. He clenches his bloody hand and he says, we pray to the Datanseki. It protects us. We coexist with it. It is our god. And we see that they have little Datanseki stones on their uniform. Yeah, I don't know what this means. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I ain't got a clue. I'm kind of baffled. I feel like I'm reading Modulo, bro. What are you talking about? Coexistence. Like, Modulo was humans coexisting with aliens. This is sea demons coexisting with a rock. I don't know what I meant to take from this. I don't know what deep philosophical symbolism there is here, or why it's like a god. I don't know if like a big Susanoo type, I don't know, kind of deity, spirit deity comes out of the rock if you do a special ritual and they all, I don't know, praise it or some I don't know, bro. To me, it just looks like a rock that makes spirit energy strong. Maybe there's more to the Datanseki. I don't know. Maybe there is some kind of higher power deity shit that comes into it, but I don't know what he's talking about, bro. Coexisting with a rock. I don't, he just sounds deranged. He sounds a bit crazy. I don't know. Anyway, Shiba was right. They don't want to negotiate. They just want to fight. So the 4 warriors immediately on smoke. Amazing double spread panel. Hokusono's paneling is so good. Hiroto slices Eren across the neck. Again, no reaction. Very nonchalant. Doesn't do anything. I doubt he's dead, you know. I highly doubt it. After gassing him up as well, I doubt he's dead, but one of the warriors slams Hiroto into the ocean, another slams Yoshinojo into the forest, and then another tries to slam Shiba, but Shiba obviously does Shiba things, and he takes him all the way up in the air in another really cool page. I do really like that of all 3 of these, Shiba's the only one that actually took control of their own fight, because that's what Shiba does. Yeah, I'm a Shiba glazer, man. Of course I'm gonna find a way to make it about Shiba, alright? Relax. Yeah, you've clicked on this video deliberately. You should know that I like Shiba by now, alright? Just let me have it, okay? Just chill. Mashiro, though, he doesn't get swept away immediately. The other warrior held back a bit, because obviously I think they can tell Mashiro is, he's not on the other guy's level, alright? He's strong. He's really strong, but he's the kind of newbie, the recruit here, right? And then we get amazing double spread, a very interesting double spread, where the final warrior uses his Datanseki enhancement to rush towards Mashiro, but then you see Mashiro uses sorcery, which is called Aku, and it creates it creates pressure in a specific direction and place. And he's about to just slam his opponent with it. You can see the sand rippling on the ground as a result. It looks beautiful. And then the warrior guy responds in turn by creating a bee. It seems like a bee, kind of like a bee sting drill that he fires, almost like a piercing blood sort of, and it just shoots in a really high density laser kind of thing. And it pierces through Mashiro's sorcery. Mashiro dodges. But what I find very interesting about this is that the warrior guy has sorcery that looks like a bee, and Mashiro even says it looks like a bee. It's very bee-like. Obviously, it's not crazy to think that these guys will have abilities similar to the Magatsumi because it's the same power. What I find interesting is that Soga's bee ability, which is fueled by Datanseki, is actually pretty much the exact same as Mashiro's sorcery. Mashiro's looks the same. It does the same thing, basically. It's just pressure. It's weird. I don't know. It's like, did Soga take inspiration when doing this and just like he just created Mashiro's sorcery and called it B? It's so strange because he does B and the other guy has a move that's different but called B. I don't know. It's weird. It's odd. I don't know if it's deliberate or not, but yeah. The paneling is great. The action's awesome. The warrior guy basically then just immediately shoots up into the sky, breaks Mashiro's arm. Mashiro's like, damn, these guys are strong. He gets blitzed. Guy's behind him, grabs him by the throat. Mashiro's cooked. It's over. He clocks the Datanseki. He's like, oh, that's why these guys are so strong. It's because they've got Datanseki. There's no way we'll beat them with normal attacks. And then he beats him with a normal attack. He used his weird pressure pallets, his Aku, to basically push his sword that was hiding in a dust cloud into the guy's neck and decapitate him in a sneak attack, which is really cool. And it just shows that Mashiro has the capability. Obviously, this is Kunoshige's katana, so, you know, it was obviously going to get the job done. But that was a really cool thing where he basically lost the fight in the straight hand-to-hand, but just outwitted him. And then we just cut back to see that Hiruto has done a Kenpachi and off-screen his fight in the water. It is literally the Kenpachi panel. We also see Yoshinojo walking back out of the forest. These two guys, they have some scratches, some bruises, but nothing too bad. They win their fights. Shiba then appears back out of the sky with what looks like a dead body. He's got a couple scuffles as well, but he looks all right. He's fine for the most part. Now, what I find interesting about this, and yes, I'm going to glaze Shiba, is that every other person with Shiba is a swordsman. They have a sword. I assume Yoshinojo won his fight with a sword. Hiruto impaled the other guy with a sword. Yashiro decapitated the other guy with a sword. Physically, it didn't seem like, you know, they were on the level. Bro, what did Shiba do to this man in the sky, bro? What happened? What, did he just punch him to death? Did he just aura him to death? Like, what? No. He has something. He has some Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken, Hollow Purp. He has something. Something we've not seen. There's a reason it was off-screen. I said on my last thumbnail, it literally said, we're calling this shit Operation Off-Screen. That's exactly what this was. And it's my only critique of the chapter, which I will talk about in a moment. But first, the ending of the chapter, which is now cutting to a kind of flashbacky, or flash forward in the flashback thing, of Shiba sat by himself looking like All Might for some reason. He just kind of does. He's got a bandage on his face. He's got a bandage on his arm. He looks like he's taken a few bumps and bruises, more than we see in the previous panel. And it's the testimony of what happened on Irishima. And he looks traumatized, I guess, or sad. And then the final panel is the furniture and the dead bodies and Eren just start floating. And we see the old man floating on his chair. Now, I don't know if Eren is actually dead or not, but what I do know is this is probably a ability similar to Centipede's gravity manipulation being done by this old man who is already floating. So that's what I guess is happening. And now they're going to have to either fight Eren or they're going to have to fight the old man. I don't know what's going on with the Eren guy. I don't know if he's dead or what, but something's about to go down and it's going to be crazy. And there's a good chance everybody except Shiba dies, or a few people except Shiba. Shiba obviously lives, you know, that's a given. Great chapter. It's very cool. Awesome. Some of the best artwork in part 2 with some really cool sorcery, possibly some interesting foreshadowing stuff or reverse foreshadowing with the bee and whatever. You guys know I love to glaze Bachi, right? But I only have one critique of this chapter specifically, but also Bachi in general. And it's just a personal preference thing. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing, it's just not what I prefer. I don't like how incomplete a lot of the fights that don't involve Chihiro are. Any fight that involves Chihiro kind of tends to, you know, it goes full circle. You focus on it until it's done, and you have, you know, the conflict and then a conclusion. The only other fights in the series that we get that kind of follow a proper on-screen fight structure, where you see what each are capable of, what each party are capable of, and then you get a conclusion, is the Anti-Cloud Gouger Squad versus Sojo, which was really good. That is, you know, you introduce a bunch of new sorcerers, you showcase their abilities, give them the upper hand, and then Sojo steps in and wipes the floor with them, right? That creates a really nice impact and shows us how strong Sojo is, while getting to see what these guys can do. And then you have Natsuki, Uraha, and Hokuto, and then later on Yura in their four-way clash, which is peak fiction. Amazing fight. I love it because you stay with it for a while and you just watch it play out. But with a lot of other fights, they either happen off-screen, which in Shiba's case is fine, and in this chapter as well, it's fine because we're obviously doing that on purpose, right? We're saving Shiba and what he can really do for later on. that's fine. That makes sense, right? But my problem with everyone else, and especially this chapter where these Datanseki warriors are being off-screened by characters we've never met before, it's just that it doesn't mean anything. Like, it's cool, but it doesn't have the same impact as when the anti-Cloud Gouger squad showed what they could do, and you were like, whoa, these guys are busted, and then they get beaten. I feel like that's what we're trying to do here. Oh my god, they beat the Datanseki warriors, and now they're gonna fucking die to Eren or whatever, right? Okay, cool. That would be way more impactful if we could see what they can do first. Show us the fight. Mashiro, great. That's all we need. We just needed that for all of them, except Shiba because we're saving him. Yoshinojo and Hiruto, I just wish we saw the equivalent of what happened with Mashiro. Chapter's great overall, but I just feel like we neglect some of these side character fights and some of these setup moments. Like, yes, maybe we'll get a full fight in the next chapter with Eren and it will be sick. Cool. That doesn't change the fact that these guys have just been, like, mid-diffed off screen, and it effectively means nothing. Like, cool, these guys are strong, but how strong? I don't know. Like, do they just swing swords? Do they have sorcery? What kind of, like, what was happening? Do you know what I mean? It would be cool to see, but it also would just make it more impactful with whatever happens to them later. That's my only critique of Kagurabachi, is whenever Chihiro is not involved, the fights can sort of just happen and then, like, not go full circle. They don't have to be ridiculously long, but I like when they just get their attention. This Mashiro fight was full circle. He got attacked, he analyzed the sorcery, you see both characters' abilities, one of them gets put in a difficult situation, but then unleashes, you know, the final move to end the fight. That's a full circle fight. It was only 2 or 3 pages, but it's still full circle. That's what I like. You get that, right? When Bingo and Uran pulled up on the guy with the comb and, like, the other commander, they kind of, like, had a little confrontation, beat up some fodder, and then what? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. We're now just in part 2 of Kagurabachi. We don't know, like, even Azami and Yura, all right? It could have been a fight, but it wasn't. It was off screen. It's just a personal preference. I just like getting the full circle to the fight, that's all. And I know how the Kagurabachi fandom can get. I know I'm gonna get cooked for ever implying there's anything I don't like about this manga, but fuck you, I don't care, it's my channel. That went a bit long-winded. Like, subscribe, it was a great chapter. I did like it a lot, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Shiba is definitely the GOAT, and these Mikaboshi guys are scary. Yeah, but it's cool.